Man, it's Stephen Foucha, aka Mr. Round 2, you heard me? And this is my story.
This episode is brought to you by the Loyalty Club, one of the hottest brands out, where they keep their items limited and only for the loyal few. Check us out online at theloyaltyclub.us, or if you're in the New Orleans area, you can check us out at our flagship store, 841 Fulton Street. You already know what time it is, only for the loyal few, club time.
Okay, so some people probably seen your face before because we did an interview before, but but we never did an interview like this. So we're gonna start from the beginning. Like, where are you from?
I'm from the Ninth Ward, really. Started off born in the Desire Project. Grew up in the Upper 1122 Independence Street. Then after that, 1345 Lesseps Street. And then about 3 or 4 years of the rest of my life in the parish.
Gotcha. So growing up in the city and the parish. But was that one transition for you?
At first, because I was in about I think the 7th grade or something like that. Yeah, maybe about the 7th grade. And my pops and moms, they wound up splitting up. I think it was that time. And at that time, it was like 6 of us together. So that was transition right there for my pops and moms to split up. However, I think my mom moved there first, then my dad, or whatever, if I can remember right. So we moved to the parish, and it was just different. But I began to love it, though. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people didn't experience having a full family or things like that, and like some people actually experienced their family breakup. So like, how was that like for you? Like not have your mom, your dad, and like in the same household again. Like, did you feel like able to kind of transition, able the way how you move? Today.
Well, to be honest with you, I tell everybody, if you can make it work as 2 parents, with kids or with a kid, try your best to make it work, because I think that is imperative that having a household, with the mom and pops and a kid, I think statistically it shows that you create a better child, So with me, I was real advanced at an early age. I was advanced. My daddy taught us a lot, taught us get out here, work hard, I was already 9 years old cooking, full meals. I was 9 years old building like houses. My daddy would drop us off on job sites and stuff and have us sheetrocking houses and stuff. Real talk. Like you see the little Mexican kids at 9 years old, I was out here doing that. And my daddy used to tell me, like, he'd sit me down on a porch and he'd tell me straight up, man, look, you got it. You got it. And he was hard on me. He was tough on me. We come from under that old law. I probably caught one whipping from my mama my whole life. My daddy, I probably caught a whipping every day of my life. And that's just because he was a young parent. I think by the time my dad and mom was like 26 or 25, they already had 6 kids, So they was young. They was still learning and stuff like that. So it probably came with a lot of their frustrations and stuff like that. And on top of that, just trying to make us the best kids that, we can be out here. So, it was very, very tough. I played them against each other for a little while. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I hadn't got so advanced and I was already like really, really at the top. I was smart at an early age. I ain't gonna even lie. And I feel as though, when my mom and dad would break up or something, we had more freedom, because there was more so focus on, their situations and their problems. Not saying that they stopped focusing on us, but it was like a little freedom of joy type thing or whatever. Because sometimes they'll be in the house fussing, arguing and stuff like that, But I played them against each other, because, sometimes you got a kid that, they can do certain things and their mama won't trip. And their dad will trip about, you know what I'm saying? But with them together, then the mom is like, you better do what your dad said, something like that. So, but later on down the line, when I started having kids, I realized that, it's just very important and it's imperative that we try our best to make it work, even if we have to co-parent and stuff like that. Now, my mom and dad, they're real cool today and stuff like that. They got a real cordial relationship and stuff like that. But I would have rather, if we can go back in time, to have both of my parents in the same household raising all of us. That's if we can go back. But unfortunately, things don't always work that way. And it's a blessing that, you know, all of my siblings and stuff, you know, we worked out pretty good, even though we had our parents, you know, not together.
Gotcha. So, you know, but, you know, if you said something great, though, you said something that, you know, with your father actually really raised you, but, like, you know, but he also was, like, kind of hard on you, too, the discipline. And, you know, these days, you know, some people would say, hey, but that's abuse. But, like, I know a lot of people like myself, like, I don't know, like, what kind of man I would be if I didn't get that discipline. That's so right. How do you feel about that?
I feel the same way, you know. I agree with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tough world. And, you know, like, you know, we need men in it. We need a lot of fathers, you know. And like you said, with the way things are today, like, the kids are spoiled, man. They're like, you know, they don't know nothing about, you know, discipline and stuff like that. And they also, like, we've been getting our feelings hurt. We've been getting our feelings hurt since kids, so we were used to that, you know. Now these kids, they're not used to, they're not accustomed to, you know, getting their feelings hurt, so they don't know how to take that. So when they do get their feelings hurt, they're ready to go pick up a gun, or, you know, they're ready to snap or spaz out, you know what I'm saying, or crash, you know. Us, we take it on the chin, you know. That's the law we come from, you know. So yeah, man, I think, you know, discipline is, to me, if I had to write the laws, I went to private school my adolescent life. We got whipped by nuns.
I told somebody I got whipped by.
Yeah, they used to pull our ears.
I got whipped by the
sister in the center, you know, the sisters of the Holy Family. You know, like we had the priests, the deacons, the fathers. They used to, you know, they had rulers and stuff with duct tape on them. They used to name their rulers. You know, you gonna get hit by a snappy today or somebody, like, you know, that the names was on the rulers, and we used to get whipped. I told my son the other day, you know, we had a conversation. I'm like, dude, we used to, like, it was legal back then to get whipped in front of class. We come from that era. Like, your parents, you heard me? Your parent was able to come there and embarrass you in front of class, dog.
I told someone, I used to get so many whoopings. I used to get a whooping from the teachers, the nun, and I get a whooping from my mama.
That's right.
I remember going to private school, and my mama whooped me for getting a C. So I always mess with my son about a C. She said, I don't pay for C's.
That's right.
Like, you know, you go to private school.
I always said C was for comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You get comfortable at a C, and then it can eventually easily turn into a D. C is you getting comfortable. Like, don't never get comfortable. Don't ever get lax. You keep your feet on the gas. You know what I'm saying? Stay with the you. It's okay to have a B, but you always shooting for the A. Because if you always shooting for the A, even if you slip up, you could fall on a high B.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I told my son that, but and I'm glad you gave me something for the C, because I never gave nothing for the C. But they be like, what the D for? Dummy. What the F for? Failure. He laughing over there. He actually in the building. That's funny.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I'm glad you gave me something for the C, though. You know?
Bro,
Yeah, because I'm like,
I always said that my whole life, C is for comfortable. Man.
I just remember getting a whooping for a C, so I knew not to make a C.
I ain't get my daddy. He was strict, I ain't gonna lie, but it was okay.
It was from my mom. It wasn't from my daddy.
It was okay.
Yeah, but my daddy worked also, so he wasn't.
My mom was more lax.
Yeah, my dad never really was home enough to actually whoop me. So it come from my mom. She like,
yeah, bro. We used to be trying to turn our C's into, like,
I did all that. I changed
A's and all that stuff there.
I always made my C to a B, a lowercase.
Man, my brother wind up though. This dude, I think he had turned every bad letter to a good letter. Like, he didn't do one. He didn't do two.
Hey, that sound like food.
That dude was a character, bro. I ain't lying. It was fun in our house though, bro. We didn't really have dull moments, because at this present, it's like 9 or 10 of us, all right? But at this particular time, it was probably only 6 of us staying in the house. And bro, when you got that many siblings, like, it's like,
it's like the Wayne's family.
Yeah, they be too. But when you got that many siblings, it's like, you don't really need hoorays when you go outside. So we never really craved for attention. We was not those kids, you know. We would be our own audience inside. We would, like, our brothers, we'll put socks on our hands and pretend to be boxers and punching the hell out of each other.
I just told I said to get in the hallway. If there ain't no sidestep, no running, just straight socks and socks and face.
Socks and face. We putting that on our hands, you know. We having talent shows at our house in front of each other. We pranking each other all day. Like, we aggravating the hell out of each other. I mean, you could be sleeping, you smell something, and hey, somebody then, you know, pass gas in your face while you're sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, real,
man, bro, like, it was never a dull moment in that house. Whether it's fighting, fussing, fun, whatever, you know, it was always, you know.
And I'm glad you got to that point, because, you know, like, I was telling my wife, you know, but the good thing about us growing up, I didn't realize that people was actually going through these things, and I don't think nobody ever was comfortable talking about, like, depression when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was taught to be tough in their skin. Like,
yep.
I never knew nobody was down. Like, even if they was down, they sucked it up.
We had to suck it up.
Like, I remember people clowning people in class, and like, they never had to leave school for depression. Yeah. They just take what it is, and they like thing, all this stuff. And but if you was dirty D, you was dirty D for your whole life.
Your whole life.
And like, you know, and dirty D never tried to shoot the club up.
He didn't try to shoot nobody up, bro. He knew who he was. He was dirty D. You know,
if the girl stank or whatever, she just was. That's what she was.
Yep. And like you said, it wasn't all these different names they got out now. Now they've researched this stuff, and you know, they're giving the kids these medicines. You know, back then it wasn't about no medicine. He gonna grow out of it. Remember that? Yeah. She gonna grow out of it. You know, she's as a phase. You know, stuff like that. But I mean, back then, like you said, it wasn't all about all that stuff, man. We just lived. You know, we took it on the chin, and like you said, depression and stuff like that. Yeah, I believe depression is real. You know,
I believe it was there.
I never believe in it.
I believe it was there. It just wasn't talked about.
It wasn't talked about.
It was more like, you know, I can see my mama, man. She barely wanted to bring me to the hospital anyway. Bring me to the hospital for depression.
Man, we would fall off the bike, and if my paw was standing right there, we got to look at him first before we cry.
I didn't go to the hospital unless a bone was really broke.
You got to be broken up.
Gotta be broke.
Like, you got to dust that off, and I think that plays a major fact. And I'm not discrediting, you know, the youth and stuff like that, because our job is to try to teach them and mold them, you know. But we are living in a different time, in a different era. You know, things are much sensitive. You know, like you said, we are open to all of these things that can be going on mentally and stuff. Back then, we really had to just suck it up.
But they have more exposure. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I tell people, I'm glad I grew up in New Orleans at the right time, because I think if I grew up in New Orleans at this time, I wouldn't really respect New Orleans like I do.
Yeah, you catching all the errors.
Yeah, because social media, I think New Orleans youth doesn't have their own identity how we had. We actually move about how we saw outside. Because we didn't have social media. Like, you know, these kids seeing the rappers from Chicago and this, we actually saw the Waynes and the Soul Slims, and we actually said what they said. Like we actually were in real time with it, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But you know, like now these days, these kids are so influenced by everyone. Like, it didn't matter what Jay-Z or none of them wasn't doing for a certain time, a period in our life. We was Cash Money No Limit for a while.
That's what it was.
Like,
right.
I think Jay-Z probably changed it. Probably my high school years with the Rockefeller thing, but like anything before that was Cash Money No Limit.
That's right. We was influenced, you know what I'm saying? And then I tell people all the time, like, you know, these kids nowadays, to be honest, they are more influenced by their peers than, you know, people. We kind of grew up on people, like you said, much older than us. Right. You feel what I'm saying? That's who influenced us. Nowadays, it's like, you know, I hate to say it, it'd be like the blind leading the blind. That's why every time I catch one of them, I jam them up and have a nice little conversation, you know. And the way you do that is, you don't never go at them. Huh?
And how important you think that is?
It's very important, dog. Like I said, man, it's bruh, they need guidance, bruh. They don't have no more big homies, no more big dogs, no more this. I might hear Onk every now and then when I go in the store. And I respect that. To be honest,
somebody called me Onk a few times, like, damn, bro, ain't that old?
I'm getting old. You getting old, dog.
Like, even when I called Onk, he was at least 50.
Yeah, bro. Real talk. Yeah, right. So now they calling us Onk.
But not early 40s, late 30s Onk.
Man, look, I ain't even 40 yet.
But I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of respect it, because it's like, you know, in the generation I grew up in, we were really told that if we wasn't gonna make it to 18 or 25.
Facts.
So I told people I probably didn't appreciate life until after 25.
You don't.
I didn't really know. I didn't know.
Bro, we was living in New Orleans, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. like, I look at it like this. We come out like that era, bruh. Like even right before Katrina, bruh.
That's the best time I tell people ever.
It was the best time. But however, bruh, you had to really be a soldier to survive. Like in 2003, 2004, it was hectic. Like Slim and them saying 94, it was hectic. You know, we born in the 80s and stuff. We grew through all of that.
You had to know how to fight just to go to high school and walk on Canal Street by yourself.
Yeah.
You was bold.
Hell yeah, bro. As soon as you see, if you by yourself and you walking down Canal Street, dog, as soon as you see a group of people, you tighten up. You like, oh fuck, do I turn off? Do I keep walking forward? You know what I'm saying? Because it can go down. You feel me? But the difference is, you always had gunplay, but we had more fighting.
Yeah, more fighting than gunplay.
More fighting than now. It's all gunplay. I'm tell you why though. Not too many of these little dudes could fight.
But they never had fights.
You hear me? And they never had fights.
Like, they fights are with their cousins or brothers, possibly. Yeah. But, like, in the streets...
Man, we knew who was knocking people out at that bus stop.
Yeah.
We knew when you get to that bus stop on Esplanade or whatchamacallit. I went to John Mack in my later years. We knew who was at the bus stop knocking people out and, you know what I'm saying, be ready for this one, be ready for that one. And it ain't had to always result in no trigger.
I tell people, I remember going to a high school party. And I always knew the night wall was big. But I didn't know it had that many niggas there until that Mr. Magic song came on.
Man, that 9 big.
I said when that Night Walk song came on, I said,
Magic bought him out.
I said, you better claim the Night Walk if you ain't from here. You better not say you from somewhere else right now.
People don't realize how big it is, man. Desire, Florida, you know, Lower 9, across the canal, Upper 9, you know, just even the East, you know. I mean, man, the 9 deep, bro.
Right, and get what? If that song had a real staple when it came on.
It was bucking, dog.
Yeah.
That was the anthem. That was still the anthem today. You hear me?
Thanks. So let's fast forward it. You know, you getting out of high school, getting jobs, then you learn how to become an entrepreneur. Like, actually, what age did you realize, you know what, I'm about to go into full business for myself?
Well, we always was like, you know, into like entrepreneurship. Like I said, my daddy, you know, he had barbershops and stuff. My mama, barbershop, hair salon, daycare, stuff like that. My whole family really just into working for themselves, you know what I'm saying? Although I worked in the corporate world and stuff like that. But I did music first. You know, that's where I started at. And like I told you before in one of the other interviews, you know, I jumped into like the restaurant industry. That was kind of like by default, bro. That was by default. I really didn't, you know, if you would have asked me as a kid what I wanted to be, every young kid answer was what? Basketball, football, or rap or something like that. I never, in a million years, I always knew how to cook. You know, like I said, it was 6 of us at that time in a house, and all of us was always hungry, so I was always cooking. So that was always one of my gifts and one of my talents. So I just kind of like fell right in place with that, you know, and I realized late in the game, you know, this restaurant and bar thing, you know, but before that, like as a teenager, I always rapper, football player, basketball player. You know, I did the music for a long time. And I think 2016 is when I opened up my first restaurant, 1832 North Claiborne. You know, and like I said, I got that kind of like by default. I happen to be riding up Claiborne. I seen a for rent sign. I'm always, you know, curious on what's what. I called the phone number, A-Rap answered the phone, told me come see the building. The same night I had the key, and I had to figure out what the hell I was gonna do in this place.
You've been on ever since, huh?
And I've been on ever since.
So like, on Claiborne, is that where you came up with the name on round 2?
Yeah, I had like a couple names, bro. I had something Empire City Grill. I was juggling with names, but then round 2 kind of stuck with me. Because round 2 is deep. It's easy to say that it's subliminal or metaphoric for drinking. You know, I like drinking, or somebody like drinking. So round 2, or boxing, because I like, you know, boxing. I like that sport too. You know, so that's easy, but it's a little bit deeper. You know, it's round 2, second chance. No matter who you were in the first round, no matter who you were to this person or that person, when you come by me, you got a second chance, and that's how I judge people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Darren can't come to me and tell me that's old sucker ass dude. Or that's old, you know what I'm saying? Don't you better watch. Yeah, my antennas might be up, but y'all relationship might be different from my relationship. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what you did or he did you for y'all to fall out. And you got to go to other people and try to make them believe because of what y'all situation was that person ain't shit.
Right.
You know, let them prove itself to me. That's what second round and round 2 is.
And I always tell people stuff like kind of like similar to that. I always tell people, man, I don't care if the world against you. As long as you treat me a certain way, I'm rocking with you.
I'm rocking with you, dog. Like, you ain't never disrespect me. You ain't step on my toes. You know what I'm saying? And
guess
you
what?
know, it's up to you to find out as a person.
Guess what? I think I fell out with other people by
being
still,
that way. Being that way.
By still claiming like, man, I still rock with
I still rock with homie. Yeah.
And they be like, well, F you too then. Like, but they don't say it to you. They're like, just kind of show.
That's
like,
why it's not good to pick sides.
Right.
That's why I tell people all the time, look, remain neutral. Remain neutral because you never know. Especially when family or somebody getting into it. Nobody win when the family feuds. Yeah. You sit your ass still, stay neutral, and don't get into it.
Right. I always tell people, like, you know, especially growing up in New Orleans, because it's easy to get into something. I always tell them, like, man, your beef ain't my beef, because guess what? Hey, but when it's time for me to get to somebody, you ain't gonna step up for me.
Be there for me.
You ain't gonna step up for me, so I don't need. Matter of fact, I don't even want you to step up for me.
That's right. That's right.
But don't put me in your tag, because I'm not gonna put you in mine.
Yeah, that's right.
So, like, you know, whatever relationship you got with that person, you know, you got a problem with them, handle it on your own.
Mm-hmm. I've always been that way, bro. Like, just try to, really and truly, I'm the type of person that try to bring everybody together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's too much of us against each other, you know. And
it's also too many of us against each other for, like, minor reasons. Like, it always be something small.
It be things that, like, to be honest with you, like, if we was to have just a conversation and come together, oh, okay, I get it. I see where you at with it. Because a lot of, we just be thinking, our head, this mind is so powerful. Our mind goes everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And we can misconstrue a lot of things by sitting back. Like, go meet the person. They got people I know straight up right now that just never met me, never talked to me, never dabbed me off. Oh, bitch ass nigga, oh, this, that, and the third, or woo, woo, or judging me because of this, or judging me because, you know what? I hear it, but then again, I don't hear it. I tell people all the time, that's the recipe, bruh. The recipe is to stay focused, stay tunnel vision, and do not get into the negativity.
Right. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, but I said at Ruth Chris one time talking to a white man. He said, "Man, I've been watching you for a year. Like, he just, you know, I go to all kind of race stuff. Mm-hmm. He like, man, you know, just your high energy can actually make people hate you. Just a smile." He said, just a smile, people could just automatically don't like you.
Bro, longest I've been knowing you, bro, you walk in a building and you be live. I don't think I ever, me personally, somebody else probably did, but I ain't never seen you frowning. I'm talking about from our casino days, way back, right. You feel me? You walk in the building, dog, you just as happy and jolly. How could you hate that? How could you knock that? You know what I'm saying? How could you not embrace that and say, look, I need to get some of that. I need to uplift myself. How can that attitude, that energy not bring you up? How could that energy make you look at it and be, what, you pissed off because I'm happy? And you got situations going on?
Yeah.
And you don't even know what's going on in my head. You don't even know if I'm just trying to disguise my sadness by not pretending to be happy, but, you know, just, you know, feeding myself that energy to get up out of there.
And it just shows you someone always want to take you down.
Yeah.
Somebody always want to turn that smile into a frown.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You
like,
know what?
Even if they don't have the courage to, like, tell you, they gonna tell somebody else.
Didn't Cain killed his brother?
Yeah.
And he still wasn't accepted, right? What'd that tell you? You could try to pull somebody down, that still won't bring you up. That still will not bring you up, trying to pull people down.
Yeah, but it's just sad as it show you, like, even when people happy, like, you know, it's people still want to take you down. It's like, dang, but why you don't find something that actually makes you happy?
That's right.
But, you know, everybody fighting their own demons.
Fighting their own demons.
Like even the person who's smiling probably have, like, most likely everyone is going through something.
Everybody, you ain't human if you ain't going through something. You could have, I say money. That's just being rich and stuff is a materialistic term. Money don't solve all your problems. Money work now. Don't get me wrong. Money makes shit move, but it don't solve all your problems. You feel me? That's just being rich. I tell people all the time, that's a materialistic term. You got to be rich in your soul, be rich in your heart, be rich in your spirit. You heard me?
Gotcha.
Because you can have everything in the world and still don't be happy.
Thanks. So, if a round 2 took off on Claiborne, but you had, a lot of flooding coming through Claiborne and everything like that, boom, but you found your new location in Chalmette. So, how did that come about? Like, but tell me about all the great things that you did in Chalmette, Chalmette as well.
Chalmette was really hard, bro. Chalmette could have discouraged the average person. Me, with my faith in God first, my perseverance, my willpower, my ability to just, keep moving forward and keep stepping. And besides, I know I got a lot of people that, I influence, that look up to me. So I can't show them that quitting is in my nature. So to go back, Chalmette is a hard market. It was rough in Chalmette to even open. Man, we had COVID. I opened in Chalmette. I got the building in 2019. All right. It took me about 2.5 years to open. It was a process, with permits and the parish not wanting, this to open out there because it was afraid of what it might bring, not knowing.
You still had to pay rent.
Still had to pay rent during COVID. I think we had the storm, and through all of that. Through all the adversity, I still overcame and was able to open. But through that process of me not even being able to open, through that process of me working on opening, we had the storm hit. That was Ida. Bruh, I was traveling 7 different parishes in a matter of, I think, 14 days. I was here for 14 days straight. I was here for the storm. Traveled 7 different parishes, fed over 5,000-6,000 people. We had a nice little squad, nice little team. Everybody pitched in. It was my round 2 crew. OG Mr. Marcelo, he pitched in. I was going back and forth from. I was like I was the first ones down here, one of the first responders. See, a lot of people don't know that. Shout out to LaPlace. They'll tell you the story. They was here. LaPlace, Homer, Thibodeau, Jefferson Parish, started off Orleans. And I could have been bitter towards Chalmette, bruh. Because I was not able to open at that time, not just because of those things, but because, like I said, it was trying to slow my process down. I still went out there and fed 500 people in Chalmette, bruh. I gave them generators. I gave them gasoline. I was going back and forth because we really didn't have no gas down here. So I was going out of town to Mississippi with a big old gas tote, bruh. Spend $900 filling that thing up on gas, coming back, giving out gas in the parish and all these other different parishes, Then COVID hit. That slowed me down too, So it was a big old process. And then I think around that time I was finally able to open up. But that just go to show you, like, God don't sleep, bruh. So don't look at what's not happening for you. Always have it in your mind what's going to happen for you. As long as you keep that mindset with the faith of God first, everything going to always work out. Because what happened is you got to look at the universe. The universe shows reciprocity. What you put out there, it has to come back. It's the boomerang effect. So if you give 100%, right, in something you do, you got to get 100% back. But you got to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, am I really going my hardest? Through trials and tribulations, through adversity, you got to be able to persevere. So check this out, D. If you on the ground right now, you're doing half of push-ups, what you gonna get?
You get half results.
Half results. You can't lie to yourself, bruh. You get down there and you do real push-ups so you can see real results. So whatever you put in it, you gonna get out it. You heard me? So still in all, I was still being good to people, still showing love, still giving back. I ain't say, to hell with this, woo woo, they not letting me open it up, woo woo, this, that, and the third, and just stop helping people and go lay down under a rock somewhere. I continue to be me, continue to have a pure heart, continue to, bestow my blessings, because even though I was going through that, I was still blessed to be able to, withstand and stuff like that, have the energy, the strength, and the courage. So,
gotcha. So, hold up. If the first time I actually came in Chalmette, I don't want to bring you back to this night, but we got to talk about it, because New Orleans, we suffer a lot of pain. But the first time I came out to party with you was just a random, I think it was a Tuesday or Thursday. And that same night, I brought my wife, but your friend actually was leaving there and passed away.
Yeah.
So, you know, bring us back to that night and, like, you know, how that feel, cause like, dude seemed like he was someone that really was always there, like, genuinely
I'm glad you noticed that, though. I'm really glad.
And I was there and I'm like, dang, I saw him in there.
Every time I think about this, though, it's real touching, bruh. And I don't mind, you know, but I tell people all the time, I was hard on this dude, bruh. This dude was a dude that come straight out of prison, come home, and it was hard for him to distinguish being reinserted back into society and, you know, just having that penitentiary jailhouse mindset. You know, he was still posing, you know, all the jailhouse poses, wore all the jewelry and stuff like that. You know, they say the same year you went in, it's the same year you come out. So he was still behind. So it was a lot of things we had to work on when he came home, bruh. But I worked with him, bruh. Everybody know one thing. I'm not an easy trusting person, and that's what some people can misconstrue about me. Like some dudes look at it like, man, this dude pushing me off. And I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to trust. You can't be that trusting, bruh, because people get burned every day by loved ones, are supposed to be loved ones. You feel me? But that dude there was the epitome of what any person will want in a friend. And it took him about 2 years for me to even call him my friend. Because a lot of times today, when you tell people something about themselves, first thing they think of, oh, they hating on me. When you correct somebody about something, oh, he hating on me. This dude here, when I told him things about himself and, you know, he wouldn't get mad or none of that stuff there. You know, all right, my dog, I got you. He tried to prove his loyalty to me so much. You feel what I'm saying? Very, very, very good dude. Had more round two merch than me. One day the dude walked in the building, bruh, and I ain't lying. He had a chain on about this big. The chain said round two reload, round two restaurant and ball and all that stuff there. And I'm like, man, this dude ain't got a hold. I don't even have a chain that big. Is he, what you trying to be the owner or something? You heard me? But he was just really displaying his loyalty to me. You know what I'm saying? Life of the party type of dude. You know, we walk in any building, you know, he ready to turn up with me and stuff like that, bro. And I tell people all the time, cherish the people who really care for you. The people that's really showing you, that's going over and beyond. Cherish those people, because tomorrow not promised for nobody. It was one day he was here, and the next day he was gone. He got in a car accident before. When we went out there when my brother was locked up, we went and fed the whole jail. He came with me, had a neck brace on, and I remember driving, hitting bumps and everything, and he in the back, He like, you're hitting all the bumps, my dog. My neck hurt. So like, you know, he was down for the cause. Whatever round two was, he was there, front and center. You feel me? Like if you didn't know me, you would have felt like that dude was the owner. You know what I'm saying? So he got another accident. He was injury prone, real talk. He got another accident after that. Then when he got in a situation after that, I remember the night like yesterday, bro. His pops even said, I've never seen a grown man roar the way you roared, and cleaned out the whole club, dog. Because he left my spot. I think it was about 2 o'clock or something like that in the morning, something like that. And I get a phone call, somebody screaming and hollering. And all it was, I can barely understand them. They was just saying like, diamonds, 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 it's him, it's him. When they were saying diamonds, he wore all the jewelry and stuff like that. And I brushed it off, to be honest, which I ain't gonna even lie. I was still a little concerned, but that dude get into all type of stuff. So he normally, I felt like he was a cat. He had 9 lives. You heard me? I didn't even trip off it. You know, I was kind of like in denial the whole time. And then get the phone call. Yeah, he was, you know, bad off and ICU, and you know, it was like a 15% chance that he'd make it, and if he do, he'd be a vegetable and stuff like that. You know, so anyway, when he passed, bro, that was something that really, really touched me, because even though I knew before he passed that he was a good friend, I had to go back down memory lane after he passed to realize it was more than a good friend. He was a great brother. You know what I'm saying? He had my back. You know, we'll go out and clubs and stuff like that. He was on top of everything. I didn't even really need security because he was just on it. You know what I'm saying? Watched everything, still turned up. Life of the party, good dude, you know, and I miss him dearly, bro. So if you got, you know, a good friend, you know, make sure you cherish them and show them, you know, that you respect the love that they have for you, you know. And a good friend is somebody who you don't even have to be there. They're going to mention your name in a room full of people. You know, everybody that I met that he knew would tell me, man, that dude used to stay talking about you. He was older than me, but I always told people how much I motivate him, how much I keep him going, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But a very good dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he represented to the fullest.
Gotcha. So, you know, keeping round two name alive and moving, you know, if getting out shell, man, you know. If I know you always up to something, but I never knew what you be thinking about, what you got going on. So randomly, just like probably like a few weeks or a month ago, I said, man, this dude on it again. Then he got a song coming with it, the shakeback sauce. So how did you come up with the shakeback sauce? And like, where you was at? You was at home making something. Like, what happened?
Say, bro, I'm a connoisseur, bro. Like, you know, when it comes to just putting stuff together. So, you know, you be at home and you get bored with making all these, you know, eating the same shit all over and over. You know, you get bored. So I'm at home whipping up a little concoction. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm gonna call it a concoction. I'm gonna tell you the story why I call it a concoction, because you probably like, oh, what is it? And I'm gonna tell you it's a concoction. I'm gonna tell you the story about that. But anyhow, I was at home, all right? Had a few vegetables and stuff in the freezer or whatever. And had a few spices. And like I said, I just wanted a different little dish. So I put it together, and a lot of time when I cook stuff, I post it on the gram. You know what I'm saying? Just to see the people reviews and stuff like that, see what they think about it. So I had a few people, you know, ooh, that look good, I can have some, I can have some. One of my partners at the time, he seen it, bro, bring me some of that. That look like that stuff they be making in Florida or whatever. So I'm like, all right, boom. Then my other partner was sick. I think he had COVID, so he wanted some. So I bought it. I bought like 5 bowls to 5 different people, bro. My partner called me back. Said, dawg, I ain't lying. Boy, I had COVID, and that shit shook me back. My other partner like, dawg, you on or something? Go get them big carrots, and he telling me all the other stuff to put in there. He like, dawg, I'm telling you, you make this, I buy this every time. So what I did was I laid up there. Once I made that, I said, I'm going to go ahead and get this a little test run. I go downtown in the quarters with the pot, post up in front of the casino. And I said, let me just, you know, try this out, see these out-of-towners' reaction. So, of course, the out-of-towners, they loving it. They ain't got the flavor, they ain't got the spices. They ain't got none of that stuff where they from. We got all the works down here. You heard me? So, I'm getting their facial expressions and stuff like that, and they loving the hell out of it, bro. And the facial expressions, when you look at them, it don't look like they faking or pretending. You know, I got a good discernment for when people kind of like, you know, faking a funk or whatever. So I'm like, man, I think they really like this shit. So I'm getting multiple people. And as they doing it, I'm posting it on the gram. So I start posting it. Now I got the city people that's from here. Man, where you at with that stuff, man? I'm about to pull up on you. Woo, woo, woo. And like I said, but bro, I never came up for air. It started, my head was down, just constantly focused on bringing it back out because people requesting it. Now, fast forward to about 3 weeks later, I look up and I'm like, oh my God, look what I'm into.
A whole nother
Say, bro, yeah, I didn't look, bro. I'm telling you, bro, I didn't expect it to be where it's at now. I promise you, it was in my focus. It was in my goal. When I got out the parish and I shut that restaurant down, I was ready to chill, relax, and just, you know, probably look for another little venture. I never thought I'd get caught up in this food again. So here I am once again. Like I said, I pick my head up. It's like having your head down and you look up and like, damn, where y'all come from? And it's just been rolling ever since. And the people want it. So I feel like, you know, it's my obligation, you know, and my due diligence to give it to them. You feel me? I'm getting a lot of love. You know, the people going crazy about it. And I'm just so humble, you know, and I respect and I thank God. And I just appreciate everybody, you know, for trusting in me, you know, because nobody faking. This, you know, if you know anything about New Orleans, this is a hard market. This
for
is
everything.
But everything you do, these people here, they are hard to please. You got to really kiss ass down here. However, if you can make it in New Orleans, you can make it anywhere. I ain't gonna lie, because our people will set you straight. They will line you up. They'll shake you and don't let you go. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of, there's a lot of that down here. So I'm just blessed, to say that, I'm accepted and the people really feeling it. So that's where I'm at right now with it. Then I'm like, let's take it to the next level. All these people talking about is healing them. It open up their sinuses. They don't have COVID no more or whatever. Or, they was drunk. They went sat in the truck, put the AC on and ate that shakeback sauce and it then shook back. To hell with it. I'm Dr. Round 2 now. So if I'm Dr. Round 2, now we got to go with the whole thing. I'm going to get the scrubs. Who got a stethoscope, man?
You jump into character, huh?
Yeah, you jump into character. What? I'm going to Alabama. They say they got an ambulance for 10 bands. Boom. I'm going to get the ambulance. You heard me?
And so you actually pay for the ambulance.
Oh, did I pay for it? Yes, indeed. I'm going to pay for what I want. Nobody giving me nothing, man. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing. You be having people around you. You know what I'm saying? That,
so do you still have like the lights on the ambulance?
The lights, everything, man. Everything. I bought the whole thing equipped. You heard me? The whole thing.
And it's good
ambulance
marketing.
Be equipped, dog. Look, I've been in an ambulance one time, like stretched out.
Isn't it illegal to have an ambulance? Like, with
I don't know, but listen, you can't.
I don't know.
So all you do is you this is the first thing you do. When I got is an old ambulance, all right? Went to Alabama and got it, and homie like, oh, this old ambulance here ain't been used and such, but it's work. It work. It got the lights. It got all your plug up. Is it clean? How many bodies it got in that thing? You know what I'm saying? How many bodies that ambulance got? So he found human in that or whatever. Nah, it's completely clean, sanitized. When I move in a new house or rental property or something, first thing I'm doing, I don't care how clean it look, I'm sanitizing, bleaching, everything. You heard me? That's just how I am. So what I did was got that whole thing just completely,
it's clean.
Cleaned out, like, you know what I'm saying? So
So have you ever pulled up to the hospital in your ambulance yet?
I did. I pulled up I took a picture at the urgent clinic the other day in front of it.
And so how did the people react to you ever selling food out the ambulance?
Dude, nobody trip off that. It's like any other thing. It's like any other cargo truck or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It just once upon a time had bodies. People die in car accidents and everything, and they still sell.
But now you on like shaking back bodies, huh?
I'm shaking back bodies. So when I do pull up, check this out. So when I do pull up in places, bro, now I hop out there. I be having the scrubs on. That's my new uniform. The scrubs with the stethoscope and stuff. So I jump out. People be coming up to me. You're a personal doctor? Do you come to people's houses? And I'm like, I gotta get out of character. It'd be hard to come out.
You think you're a general hospital.
Yeah, dog. So I be able to come out of character and be like, nah, man, I'm the food doctor. You feel me? I'm just baptizing people with some good food that'll heal you.
It's your scrubs, but you might have to like put that in bold, like food doctor.
So yeah, I'm working on that, bro. Like I said, this shit hit me like a ton of bricks. So I got people that's asking for a vegan version of this, with just veggies, no meat. I got people telling me they don't eat seafood, so they want the seafood. So I'm wind up having to do like no pork.
You gotta do different versions.
I gotta do like 5-6 different pots to try to accommodate everybody. And my heart, you heard me? I'm gonna try my best to make sure everybody is fulfilled and satisfied because New Orleans.
You got to put the tanks in the ambulance. And put the tanks and be cooking it while you're driving.
So I don't cook inside the ambulance though. So what I do is I transport all my stuff inside the ambulance, just to have that whole little look. Or whatever like that, and I cook outside the ambulance on my propane tank.
And so, like when you pull up, do you pull up with the ambulance horns playing shakeback?
Oh, the shakeback always playing, man. We got y'all request that thing on Q93. That's in motion in Q93. On every major platform, Apple Music, all that stuff. You heard me? The video just dropped. So yeah, that shakeback song, man, is very, very catchy. A lot of people like it. I can see that like getting played in clubs, like a food song, though. How you doing, a food song getting played in clubs, you heard me? That's crazy, man.
The song is actually, stuck in my head, so it's working. I can honestly say it's working.
Man, shout out to everybody, man, who own a song, man. Shout out to everybody.
And before we go forward, but I kind of passed the part up in your life that's something that you dropped and you know everybody might not know, but you know you got your own seasoning.
Oh man, we got that knockout seasoning, man. Straight up, you heard me. This right here, this is where it's at. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I tell people all the time, it's easy to say that you have. It's so easy to say you got good stuff. You feel me? But like, I don't make noise and I don't rant behind nothing that I don't believe in. And this right here, I'm gonna tell you a backstory, quick stuff. You heard me? I sent this thing back 4 times before they got it right. You know, I ain't feel comfortable ranting about something that I know could taste better. So the 4th time they sent it back, I'm like, yeah, this is close enough. Nobody's never gonna get it close as you, but this close enough. But it's actually really good. I tell my people all the time, we suffer with pre-hypertension, diabetes, you know, high blood pressure, all that stuff there because of the food that we put in our body. You know, this right here, you know, you got to look at the sodium when you're buying these seasonings and stuff. And this right here only have 150 milligrams of sodium. So you can let your kid make the food, pour this on the food, and it still won't be salty. The more you put, the more flavor it is. And I tell people all the time, salt is death, flavor is life. We often get misconstrued. When we got our food and it's plain, first thing we say, oh, it needs some salt in here. No, it don't. It needs flavor. You got to know what you're doing. So this right here, it got a real good smell, real good flavor. It works real good on like your steaks, your chicken. People tell me they make tuna fish with it, fish. You know, just a lot of different dishes though. And this is my ideal seasoning that I use, especially in the shakeback sauce.
Gotcha. So, and with all that being said, I'm like, what's next for you?
I don't know, bro. I just let God lead me, man. God hands on me, bro. And everybody know me that I'm spontaneous. You know, I just pop up and I do stuff. You hear me? And when I do stuff and I'm in a moment, I'm in a feeling, I'm feeling it, you're gonna hear about it. You're gonna hear my voice. Some people don't like it, but you know, you gotta be proud of where you come from. You gotta be proud of what you're doing. And if you ain't proud of yourself and you ain't feeling it, how you gonna make the people feel it? You know, that's just how that go. You hear me? A lot of people, they be cold-blooded, but they pass judgment. They sit back in the cut and they always just judging people. But they got some raw talent, but they ain't displaying it. You know, I'm one of the ones that, you know, I display mine, you know what I'm saying? And I can really back it up, you know, the people gonna talk, you know? And like I said, I'm a hard critic. I am I'm hard on myself when it comes to, you know, these type of things, you know, especially when you're putting it out to the people. But I think I told you earlier, bro, I wanted to tell you this crazy story, you know, about the concoction.
Gotcha.
And it's just a message for the people, though. I want y'all to know that it don't make sense to hate on nobody. Like, we could learn from each other, and we could go so much further with each other. I had a situation that happened not too long ago with the shakeback sauce. I ain't gonna say the place, I ain't gonna say the name, because I don't name drop and I don't do all that stuff there. But I want y'all to take what y'all could take out of this. So I went and set up somewhere. And of course the shakeback sauce is viral. You know, everybody liking it, everybody feeling it, you know. So I set up, we had a long line. They had this other dude set up and he had, you know, a certain type of dish. I ain't gonna say that either, you know. But he got discouraged because of my long line. He started breaking his stuff down. I ain't doing this shit, mumbling a lot of things. I ain't trip off it. I hear it, but then again, I don't hear it. You know, I got my people I got to focus on, you know. And it come back to me that he was like, yeah, he got some damn concoction out there. So, so I'm like this here. Everybody don't like everything, and everybody ain't gonna like everything that you put out there. So I look at it like this here. Why not stand next to somebody that got some motion, got some movement, and you can be introduced? I've always been okay with cross promo. I'm fine with that. Because somebody could have came up and realized, oh, it got pork in there. And I'm very, very hungry. And they can't eat it. But you got something to offer them. You just got that customer because they was in my line. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't get discouraged and put up all your stuff Because I do have people that come up like, oh, you got shrimp in there, I can't eat that. Or, you know what I'm saying? You know, certain things, mushrooms, I can't eat that. You know, you could grab that customer. You know what I'm saying? So try not to get discouraged on what the next person is doing. You know what I'm saying? Try to have some type of camaraderie, work together. You know, cross promo is always good. Hating ain't never been good. Because when you do that, you put yourself in a bad spot. You know, dude had the opportunity, because I ain't gonna lie. Like, I had probably about 5, 6 customers that fell out the line that needed something to eat. And, you know, boom, you could have caught them. So, instead of talking against each other and playing against each other, man, try to work together, you know. We supposed to be all in this together, bro. United we stand. So, that's my take, bro. Like, don't be afraid to stand next to the biggest. You know, you're going to always get something out of it. You know, show me your friends. I tell you who you are. Birds of feather flock together. You know, try to get in that circle and see what you got to offer. You know, don't just shut down or get discouraged because what you see the next man is doing. You know, I'm always uplifting my people. I'm always, you know, trying to motivate my people. You know, my line, my business line is my personal line. My line is always open. This phone ring all day long.
As you can see on the internet.
You know what I'm saying? Strangers call me all day, ask me for advice. You know what I'm saying?
And I thought everybody tried that shakeback sauce right now.
I'm going to answer the phone. On the next call, every ring while we on this interview, I'm going to answer the phone call on speaker. I'm not going to even look at the phone. And I promise you, that's somebody calling. Where you going to be at with the shakeback?
Please shake me back. Gotcha. And actually, with that being said, last but not least, tell the world, what can they find on social media and everywhere else?
round_2_shakeback sauce. I'm gonna be moving around the town. You heard me? Like uptown, downtown, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, all over. We mobile with the shakeback clinic. You heard me? The doctors coming to shake the whole city, whole world back, one soul at a time.
All right, we done.
Dr. Round 2, man.